playing against Michael Jordan, we're going to hear so much about the triangle offense, and rightfully so, it put everybody in position. You need that when you have an all-time great player. It creates a level of discipline and balance on the floor. So shout to Tex Winter and Phil Jackson for instituting that. But what normally happened was they'd swing the ball once or twice, and then all of a sudden it became something within the league we called the Bermuda Triangle, where really it was just MJ going one-on-one, and they just isolate for him. And such a dominant player, such a dominant scorer, the Black Cat, faster, stronger, more athletic, had the killer instinct like no other. So now let me get to you, Jay Williams. I saw you and Marcus Spears, my brothers, on this television show, talking about Michael Jordan's leadership style and comparing it to LeBron James. Let me tell y'all something. When y'all want to have GOAT conversations, Greeny, I can't believe you allowed this to happen. Okay. First and foremost, we can't have an MJ versus LeBron conversation because LeBron got to leapfrog some other people on the Mount Rushmore, everyone. Okay, there's some people that play basketball that accomplished some things and achieved the level of greatness that LeBron just has not been able to do. You want me to name them for you?
Please.
Besides Michael Jordan?
Yes.
You ever heard of a guy named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Mm-hmm. Okay. You ever heard of a guy named Bill Russell? You ever heard of a guy named Irvin Magic Johnson? It's just, when did LeBron pass Magic? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? He's in the top 5. But those guys.
Name Michael Jordan instantly brings to mind dominance. He wasn't just a great player. He was a force who seemed to bend the game to his will. His highlights weren't just flashy plays. They were proof of a level of greatness rarely seen in basketball. But Jordan's dominance wasn't only about his talent, athleticism, or killer instinct. It was also about how the game was built around him. The Chicago Bulls' triangle offense gave balance and structure, but when it mattered most, it usually came down to Jordan isolating, attacking, and scoring with deadly precision. Players even called it the Bermuda Triangle, because once the ball got to Jordan, defenders had no way out. Jordan thrived in that system. He was faster, stronger, more athletic, and mentally tougher than anyone else. That's why, before comparing him to LeBron James or anyone else, people need to understand how unstoppable and transformational Jordan really was. The numbers back it up. Jordan scored 50-plus points in the playoffs 8 times, more than Kobe, Durant, LeBron, and Wilt Chamberlain combined. He also holds the record for the most 40-plus point playoff games, beating out legends like Kareem, Iverson, Curry, and Wade together. In fact, he's the only player in NBA history with that many dominant scoring performances. Michael Jordan's career was unlike anything basketball had ever seen. He scored more games over 20 points than under, and his aura was almost divine, trash-talking, fearless, and physically dominant. While opponents needed rest before facing the Bulls, Jordan could smoke cigars, drink the night before, and still drop 40 points. He hit 28 game winners in his career, including 7 in the playoffs. But MJ wasn't just a scorer. He was a complete player. He holds the record for the most all-defensive first-team selections, 9, the most blocks by a guard, and 6 seasons with 200-plus steals. In 1989, when Chicago lost its point guard, Coach Doug Collins put Jordan at the 1. His response? 10 triple-doubles in 11 games, averaging 30 points, 11 assists, and nearly 10 rebounds. Jordan went on to average over 30 points in 13 straight playoff series, win 6 championships, 5 MVPs, and retire with a perfect 6-0 finals record. Still, even with that untouchable resume, his journey to greatness wasn't guaranteed. Jordan was never supposed to be tall. Nobody in his family was over 5 feet 9 inches, and as a sophomore in high school, he was cut from the team at just 5 feet 10 inches. But a growth spurt to 6 feet 6 inches, combined with freakish athleticism, changed everything. By the end of high school, he was averaging 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. At UNC, his freshman year stats were modest, 13 points per game. But everything changed in the 1982 NCAA Finals. Jordan hit the game-winning shot against Patrick Ewing and Georgetown, which he later said was the turning point of his career. His confidence exploded, and by his junior year, he was the College Player of the Year. Even then, few predicted the NBA dominance to come. He was drafted 3rd overall in 1984, behind Hakeem Olajuwon and Sam Bowie, because centers were valued more at the time. But it took Jordan just 3 games to drop 30, 9 games to drop 40, and by the first month it was clear he should have been the #1 pick. His speed was unfair. His vertical and hang time made it seem like defenders were stuck to the floor while he floated above. By 1986, despite only playing 3 games due to injury, fans still voted him into the All-Star game. That same year, he set the playoff scoring record with 63 points against Boston. A year later, he averaged 37 points per game, still the 5th highest scoring season ever, only behind Wilt Chamberlain. But here's the thing. Despite all the numbers, highlights, and fame, Jordan was still miserable. Because while he was rewriting history as an individual, he was losing where it mattered most: the playoffs.